Hey, Ty, you there?
Can you hear me there, Tiff?
Yeah, I got you.
Tiffany?
I got you.
Test, test, test.
I got you.
Hello, hello, Tiffany?
Ty.
There you are. Got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. They have senior night going on, so they're announcing all the players. That's going to take a few minutes. They're going to have a 20-minute warm-up, so we're looking for a little bit of time here.
Okay.
Tiffany, can you do 7 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That will not be tip-off. That'll be about 9 minutes left before tip-off, unfortunately. But
Yeah, I can hit the
Thank you.
intro at the 6 and you'll go at the 7.
that's the guy.
Two minutes till intro. Minute till intro. $30 till intro. Starting intro now.
How much time?
45 till go. 20 till go. 10, 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome, everyone, to Tasker Arena. Time for Hobbs Eagle basketball live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube. I'm Ty Friend. Tiffany Stuber back at the station tonight as your Hobbs Eagles have their final district game of the regular season as they take on the Carlsbad Cavemen. Eagles at 23-2 on the season, 5-0 in district, and the Cavemen at 21-4. 4-1 in district. Their only loss in the district scheduled to the Hobbs Eagles just about 2 weeks ago. Of course, last week, the Eagles Friday night, big win over Clovis on the road, 85-60, a 25-point victory in that one. So pretty much had it in the lead from the start. We're up 21-12 at the end of one, and then 51-33 at halftime. So some big scoring there. 30-21 was the difference in the second quarter, and then pretty much coasted throughout the rest of the ball game. Big shooting night for Jalen Gore. He finished up with 25 points. He was 5 of 6 from the charity stripe and hit 2 trays in the fourth quarter for his double-digit points. Also 3 rebounds in that contest. Aaron Mora was right behind him with 24 points. He finished with 14 rebounds, so a double-double for the big kid. So those two guys combining for 49 of the Eagles' 85 points. So they had more than half of the offensive production. Nobody else getting in double digits except, I should say, Ronnie Ross. He came off the bench for 10 points. He had a couple of trays in the first half of action, was 2 for 2 on the line as well. And then after that, some drop-off in scoring. Trey Morgan and Darius Royal both getting 6 in that ball game as well. So the Eagles, in terms of free throws, 11 of 19, 57% from the line. And they finished up with a total of 26, or make that 27 rebounds in the contest as well in that victory. So definitely getting the job done there. Lots of people participating and getting point production and getting the victory over Clovis. Now, the Wildcats and Roswell pretty much near the basement right now. Roswell was the last, and Carlsbad, or make it Clovis, next to last in the district. So we'll have to wait and see how that all washes out. Next week, of course, is the district tournament, and the Eagles are working on a number 1 seed tonight by defeating this Carlsbad team. They will have the number 1 seed Saturday night and would host the championship. If they were to lose tonight to Carlsbad, that means there'd have to be a pre-playoff game. Normally they have those on Monday. The last couple times they've had to do them were in Artesia on a neutral site, so we'll have to wait and see. Hobbs Lady Eagles in the same boat tonight. A win, they will be the district champ host on Saturday night. It'll be a doubleheader with the boys. If they lose, they'll have a pre-playoff game on Monday. Again, Artesia seems to be the place they normally go with those contests. So that's what we're looking at there. Of course, these 2 teams played about almost 2 weeks ago. Eagles winning a squeaker, 57-52 in that ball game. And boy, it was kind of a nail biter. In fact, first quarter, Hobbs having some serious issues scoring. They were down 16-5. Down by 11 in the first quarter alone. Carlsbad had a slim 6-point lead at the halves, 30-24. After that, the Eagles getting back in the ball game. The second half, as they came back and won the contest by 5 points, and that's basically because of turnovers. They caused for the Carlsbad Cavemen 21 turnovers in that ball game to come back in it. Carlsbad was shooting the lights out early. In fact, they had 7 3-pointers in the ball game, most of those coming early in the contest, especially when they had that big lead. In fact, I think they had 3 trays in the first quarter alone when they went up by the 11 points. But the turnovers really started to bite them in the fourth quarter as Eagles came back and got the win. In that contest on the road for Hobbs, Jalen Gore finished with 20 points. He had 4 trays. All 4 of the Eagles' trays in that game was 4 for 8 from the 3-point line for 50%. Big numbers there. Also was 4 for 4 at the line and also had a total of 5 rebounds. So lots of big numbers for Jalen to keep the team in the W column on that one. Jesus Ramos came off the bench for 15 points. Lots of free throw opportunities. He was 7 of 10 from the line and had 4 rebounds. So those two guys, Gore and Ramos, combining for 35 of the Eagles' 57 points. Again, more than half of the scoring. We've seen that a couple of times against district opponents, so other guys need to step up to help out the cause. That were the only 2 double-digit scores in that game on the road. Tyler Box and Aaron Moore getting 6 apiece. Very quiet game for Aaron. He did end up with 9 rebounds, so getting close to a double-double, but not anywhere close to his normal scoring numbers. Of course, he definitely have to have his size out there at 6'6", because Carlsbad has a couple of guys at 6'5", and then another kid that's about 6'6" as well. So some guys that could crash the boards for the Cavemen. The scoring for them in that game, Damian Perez, who can shoot the lights out from outside. 19 points for him, had 8 rebounds, and Trey to get the game going in the first quarter. Devin McWright, he finished with 12 points in the contest and had 3 trays and 7 rebounds. So those 2 guys are combining for 31 points. Both of them also getting the top rebounding honors, 15 combined between McWright and Perez. So they definitely got to box those 2 out and get a hand in their face on the 3-point line. Evan Campos also coming in for Carlsbad. He was a starter, 9 points and a couple of trays for him. So those 3 guys to be watching closely, Perez, McWright, and Campos. Eagles in that game, terms of rebounds, they out-rebounded Carlsbad 28-27. Just a 1-point differential there. Turnovers the big difference, as we mentioned. Carlsbad had 21, the Eagles with 18. Hobbs shot 13 of 21 from the line. They were 62% in that game. And boy, Carlsbad didn't get many opportunities at all. They were just 3 of 9 at home for 33%. That definitely has to improve for them to be in a close game here at Tasker Arena. And again, if they beat Hobbs tonight, it will be a pre-playoff game Monday to be determined. We'll get that information hopefully as this game progresses. Hopefully it doesn't get to that situation, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, Carlsbad has had some close games in district, and in fact, the one against Clovis recently, they barely won 46-41 and had to come back and get the win in that one. They were down 5-0 early in the game, and Carlsbad came back to take the lead at the half, 22-20. But Clovis went on another run in the third quarter, 6-0 to get that second half going, and were able to come back, though the Cavemen did, to win that ball game. McWright finished with 16 points, a couple of trays. Campos had 3 trays for 9 points, 8 for Gonzalez and 7 for Perez. The team with 7 3-pointers combined in that ball game to come back and get the 5-point victory after trailing early. Against Roswell, a little bit bigger spread, winning by 18, 49-31. In terms of points in that game, Perez hitting the lights big time, 29 points, 6 3-pointers in that ball game, and was 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. So he definitely was putting that ball in the hole. The only guy in double digits in that game, though, so lots of their bench personnel and starters really not helping out in scoring in that contest. Carlsbad was leading by 7 at the half, 20-13, and then outscored Roswell 29-18 in the second half. We got the national anthem starting at Tasker. We'll be back in 90 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
You're clear.
One more 30, please.
Okay. One minute. $30. $15. $5. $3. 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1, go.
We're back live here at Tasker Arena. The Hobbs Eagles taking on the Carlsbad Cavemen, 5-0 Eagles, and the 4-1 Cavemen. Mentioned right before the break that the Cavemen getting a couple of wins recently over Clovis, 46-41, and over Roswell, 49-31. So there's one game behind the Eagles at this point, but the Hobbs Eagles have a lot better scoring so far in the district. In 5 games, they're averaging 80 points, only giving up 42. For Carlsbad, they're only scoring 54 points a game, but defensively only giving up 36. Of course, the last time the two teams played, Eagles well past the 36 mark, as they did score 52, or make it 57 in that win on the road. So there we have it. It's going to be a very critical game for the Eagles, so they don't have to worry about a pre-playoff game and having to go an extra one in the district tournament. Currently, Hobbs sitting at number 4 in the Max Preps Bowl. They moved up a space from last Friday. They're sitting right behind La Cueva at number 3, Las Cruces at number 2 at 25-0, and Volcano Vista at number 1 at 23-0. Carlsbad sitting at number 8. And that would be the last top seed for the state tournament if they were to hold on to that spot for a home game to start off the tournament after the district tournament. And a couple other teams in the district at the bottom, though. 25 is Clovis, and number 26, Roswell. Looking at the scoring for the Eagles this season, they did mix up on the starters tonight as well in terms of changing a player that hasn't been starting but coming off the bench. We'll get to that in just a second. Michael Mackey starting 8.6 points a game, second on the team in assists at 2.9, and second in steals at 2.3. Jesus Ramos has got himself a starting spot tonight. He's averaging 9.7 a game, 3.5 rebounds, which is third on the team, third in assists at 2.1, and third in steals at 1.7. Jalen Gore, he is the top scorer on the team, averaging 20.2 a contest, first in assists, 3.5, and 2.4 in steals, also number 1 on the team, and leads with 3-pointers at 74 on the season. Katre Morgan, averaging just shy of 7 points a game, and second in rebounding at 5.6 a contest. Last but not least, Aaron Moore, the second leading scorer at 19.6 a game. He's first in rebounds at 9.8 a contest. The Eagles are shooting 46% from the field, 31% from three-point range, and 65% from the charity stripe. They are completely equal with 13.4 steals a game and giving up 13.4 turnovers. But when they get a steal, they're going down and scoring, which is hurting other teams. That's why they're averaging 80 points a contest. So that gets you set up for the two squads ready to play some hoops here at Tasker Arena. The starters for the Cavemen, Evan Campos, Devin McWright, also R.J. Amos, Damian Perez, who is 6'5", and also Tyan Gonzalez, who is 6'7", 240 pounds. Not very effective, though, against the Hobbs Eagles in that game in Carlsbad, as Gonzalez only had 3 points, 1 of 2 on the line, and 3 rebounds. But again, we mentioned McWright had 12 and Perez with 19. They hit 7 3-pointers, and they had several games where they've hit a bunch of threes in those other 2 district games we were talking about. Ready for the action as Carlsbad wearing the blue uniforms, white numbers. White uniforms for the Hobbs Eagles, home team, black numbers and gold trim, and a Las Cruces referee crew. Eagles going left to right on the radial dial. Blue is going to be going right to left. They tip it in the backcourt. And Perez gets it back to his guard and then takes it back from the guard, Evan Campos. So it is Perez's basketball. Into the front court, unloads left wing to Campos. Dumps it down in the left block to Gonzalez. Spins in the lane, throws up a hook shot on the right side, no good. And Ramos coming up with his first rebound of the ball game. Throws it out to the left wing to Jalen Gore, and behind his knee that time, kind of hit him hard, and then diving over the top trying to get a piece of it was Carlsbad on the far left wing. Campos to knock it out of bounds. So Hobbs will have it on the far left sideline. Still trying to get our first score. The Eagle fans on their feet here at Tasker Arena. Inbound toward the timeline to Gore. Bounce pass to Mackey, comes back to get it. Matchup zone defense, a 2-3 extended for Carlsbad. Unloads to the right wing to Morgan. To Ramos at the free throw line. Hippity hop down the lane. Scoop shot left side. Goes around the rim and good. So Ramos getting a starting spot. Already 1 rebound and a bucket and leading 2-0 early here in the first. In the hands now of The big kid, he likes to dribble. Perez into the front court. Gives it off left wing to Campos. Touch pass, left corner. Driving bases, McWright, and throws it back up top. A high one almost picked off R.J. Amos. To the right wing to Perez. Fadeaway three. And swishes it on the far right sideline right over the hands of Mackey. Got to get a hand right in the face of Perez. Tried to that time. A tray for him. 3-2 Carlsbad. Morgan in the front court to Ramos at the right elbow. Down low, but throws it right to a defender. And that was Gonzalez to pick it off for the first turnover for the Eagles. Pass to half court to Perez. Throws it across the timeline to Campos. Dump it down to the right corner to Amos. Mackey right on top of him. Spins to the corner. Dumps it to the right block to Gonzalez. Kick out right. Three on the way for Campos out the back of the rim. No good. Loose and picked up by Mora for his first board. Throws it ahead to a breaking Morgan. Takes it to the rack on the right side of the transition game. Lays it in for two. So Morgan with the early bucket as well. 4-3, a steal for Mackey. Comes down the lane with it. Goes through two blue defenders and gets sandwiched in the foul. Ball went up straight up in the air, but a chance for some free throws on this one. One turnover apiece, both teams. And they're going to get Perez with his first on the foul. First team foul against the Cavemen. Mackey on the line. On the season, shooting 73% from the charity stripe. Eagles as a team at 65. Takes a couple of dribbles. First shot is up, and it is good. So Mackey already on the scoreboard. Three players have scored so far, Mackey, Ramos, and Morgan, 5-3. Eagles' biggest lead so far with 6:23 left first quarter. Again, next week, the district tournament. Hopefully doesn't start till Saturday for the Eagles in the championship game. Second shot for Mackey is rolling around and good. He got both of them, two for Mackey, and now 6-3. Hobbs doubling up on Carlsbad, their biggest lead. Inbounded to Perez, going hard against Mackey. Stop and go in the front court. Dribbles behind his back, top of the circle. Extends to the free throw line. Fade away back to the three-point line. Doesn't hit nothing, but the hardwood out of bounds on the air ball. And the Hobbs student section had these little noisemakers that they're clackety at the Perez the whole first quarter so far. And that really got in his head that time. 6-3, Eagles up by the tray. In the front court, Mackey over to right wing to Morgan. Uses a couple of dribbles, dumps it to Ramos at the free throw line, spots up a J on the fade and swishes it. Ramos wants to be a starter for the rest of the season. He's got 4 points now, 8-3. Hobbs by 5. That's their biggest lead here in the first. Perez with the basketball, going to slow up at the timeline to get score. Unloads left wing to Campos. Fakes a shot, drives the paint, dumps it to the left corner to McWright. Underhands it back to the left wing to Campos. To Gonzalez in the left block. Turner fire a shot on the J spin. No good. Ripped down by Moore on the baseline. That's his second board. Passes it across to Gore. Left of the lane. Down to the right corner to Ramos. Fadeaway three off the side of the rim. No good. And ripped down to the left block by Carlsbad's Evan Campos. Outlet to the far sideline. Here comes McWright. Top of the arc. Actually, that was a pass to McWright on the left wing. Slows it up. Back to the left corner to Campos. Guarded by Ramos. Throws it back up top to Gonzalez. Swing it to the right side to Perez, who hit that tray earlier from NBA distance. Coming to get on the right wing is Amos. Down low to Gonzalez. Reverse layup underneath, right to left, no good. Ramos in transition off the rebound. That's his second. Throws it down the lane to Mackey. His layup rejected on the left side. Gets his own rebound, or trying to get a hold of it. Carlsbad's the one that comes up with it on the baseline. And they call a timeout. So Campos with his second rebound. Mackey had a hand on it momentarily. Not quite a rebound, though, but lost the ball. So it will be Carlsbad basketball in their baseline of the backcourt with a timeout. 4:57 left, first quarter. Hobbs 8, Carlsbad 3. Back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
You're clear. $15. $5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Back live after a Carlsbad timeout here in the first quarter at Task Arena. Eagles up 8-3 with 4:57 left here in the first. Ramos with 4, Morgan and Mackey both with 2 points apiece. A tray for Perez and the Cavemen. Inbound to Perez in the backcourt. He'll go against Mackey. Stop and go, putting on the brakes. Now returning with the dribble to the front court. Behind his back, top of the circle. Unloads to the far right wing to Amos. Drives the middle of the lane. Lost the ball behind his back. It's loose in the air. Taken by Jalen Gore. Turnover number 2. Throws it back door to Mackey. Laid up with a double clutch right side. No good. Mora tries to tip it up. Won't drop. A second time. This one's going to go over the right rim and count it. 4 rebounds for Mora in his first bucket. 10-3. Eagles' biggest lead is 7. Quickly in the front court on the left wing. McWright, spin, lost the ball, rolls out of the baseline, and it'll go out. He wants the referee to say that it hit Morgan. Morgan's shaking his head no, right in McWright's face. That'll be turnover number 3 for the Cavemen. Eagles up by 7, 10-3. And looks like Tyler Box wants a chance to check in, and he will get a chance to do that. Tyler comes in averaging 5.1 points a ball game. And also Van Landingham, who did not start in this game and coming off the bench as well. He's one of only 2 players on the team that have played all 25 games so far this season. That's Van Landingham and Morgan. Box will get the inbound across the timeline. Gives to Van Landingham on the right wing with a jump stop. Gets some tough pressure by McWright. Almost a 5-second violation. Got a pass to the bounce to the base or to the backcourt area. It's saved by Box. Gives it back to Van Landingham on the right wing to Morgan Wright. Free throw, throws up a shot on the run off the side of the rim, no good. Underneath the hoop for the rebound for Carlsbad was Garen Gossett, who just checked in. He's 6'5". Outlet to the timeline to a new guard, Ismail Chavez. He's in the front side. Bad pass to the near sideline in front of the Hobbs Eagles student section left. Almost picked off by Jalen Gore. A little bit of a backspin on that pass, and trying to come back for it was Damian Perez. Almost a turnover to Gore. So they're going to have a fun time of throwing it in right in front of the Hobbs Eagles student section. Ismail Chavez to the timeline to Perez and almost stepped in the backcourt. He got lucky on that one. One hands over to left wing to McWright, and we got Morgan getting knocked to the floor at the free throw line. A body by the Cavemen on the foul off ball. That'll also go down as a turnover, the 4th against Carlsbad as they whacked the foul on Ismail Chavez, his second team foul on the Cavemen. 2-0 foul count so far in favor of the Eagles. Here comes Van Landingham with the dribble across the timeline. Goes against McWright on the right wing after the jump stop. Looking, passing to Gore in the right corner. Returns to Van Landingham up top to Box on the left wing. Trying to swing the ball. Bounce pass low to Mora, left block. Spins in the lane. A hook shot on the way. Front of the rim, no good. Chased down by Morgan on the left block. His first rebound. Out to Gore on the left wing. A fadeaway 3 from the far left sideline. Gore, nothing but net. First tray of the game for the Eagles. Their biggest lead now is 10, 13-3. 3:16 left first quarter. In the front court, a stop and go for Chavez, top of the circle. One hands it off to Campos, right wing. Tries to throw it down in the corner, tipped out by Morgan, but chased down by Campos on that far sideline. He hands it off to Perez on the right wing. Kick it up top to Gossett. Returns to Perez. You can tell he wants to shoot a 3. Now he does it. NBA 3, way behind the arc, top of the circle. Rebound long by Box, dribbling behind his back. Comes into the front court, lost the ball coming down the lane as it's stolen by Chavez, turnover number 2. Outlet to the timeline, far side of Campos. Cross court left and laying it in with a scoop shot on the left side is McWright for his first bucket. 13-5, Eagles by 8, 2:39 left opening quarter. Box will slow it down in the front court, an extended 2-3 zone for Carlsbad. Dribbles behind his back to the left wing, uses up his dribble. Bounce pass to Morgan, left to the free throw lane. He's going to spin, look for help, back deep to Van Landingham at the timeline. He'll come right with the dribble. Uses it up, slings it over to Mora, right block, kick out to Gore in the right corner. Returns to Van Landingham, right side perimeter. Couple of dribbles, back to Mora on the right block, spins in the lane, fadeaway jumper, sidewinder off the back of the rim, and Perez is there to rip it down underneath for his first rebound. He'll dribble to the front court, give it off to the left wing to Chavez for Trey, a fadeaway off the back of the rim. Ball gets knocked down, and we got a foul. I think Mora might have knocked the rebounder for Carlsbad to the floor. He hit his shoulder right on the hardwood to Gossett. Coach Reeves is off his bench, yelling at the official that they got tangled up and they shouldn't have called a foul on anybody. We just basically saw Garrett Gossett going down hard. Then he went and chested up Aaron Mora and got a technical foul. Gossett got smart aleck there with big man Mora. Went up and body chested him that time, and a technical foul on Gossett. Now, why would you do that after you got the foul call? So the first on Gossett, third team foul. They also got Mora on his foul before that and the first team foul, so they got to sort this thing all out. The technical is going to give the Eagles the advantage here. They should get the ball back at half court after a couple of free throws. And Carlsbad won't get anything out of this because it wasn't a bonus situation. So now they're going to go talk to Coach Zumbrin, wanting to know what's up. And, of course, Coach Zumbrin used to be an assistant here, Hobbs Lady Eagle varsity program under Coach Casal, second year with Carlsbad. Team actually qualified for state last year but had to sit out because of COVID. They had to withdraw about a day or so before the tournament started. They didn't have time to get another team in there, so only 7 teams went to state last year. Normally 16. They reduced it to 8, but then only 7 because of the Carlsbad departure. First free throw for Gore on the Tech, puts it through, and Jalen came into the contest with a 79% free throw shooting. 4 points for him. Eagles are 3 for 3 on the line. Second shot up and good for Gore. He's got 5. Back to a 10-point lead, matching the biggest lead of the first quarter, and Hobbs basketball at the half-court line. 15-5 your score, 2:03 left here in the opening quarter. Van Landingham to inbound to Mackey, who just checked in. Gets it back to Van Landingham in the front court, right wing against McWright. High pass to Ramos, top of the circle. Slides left with the dribble, fadeaway J, an air ball. Kind of forced that one. It rolls out of the baseline. And the Carlsbad fans here tonight yelling air ball at Ramos. Inbound on the baseline left, comes into Perez on the near side. This big kid can dribble, 6'5", but likes to go through his legs and stop and goes, and that's what he's doing again. Dribbles the left elbow, throws up a shot, off the glass and counted good as Jalen Gore took a step back and paid for it, as Perez now has 5 points, 15-7. Eagles by 8. Van Landingham in the front court on the right wing. Bounce pass, top of the circle to Ramos with a jab step. Gives it back to Van Landingham on the right wing. Down low to Mora, right block. Kick out right corner to Gore. Back to Mora on the right base. Throws up a sidewinder hook, no good. Jumps around for it on the left block for another rebound. His fifth, but lost the ball, and it's stripped away for Carlsbad. Quickly into the front court comes McWright. Or correction, that is Chavez. Dumps it down to the right block to Gonzalez. Turnaround shot with 2 hands. It's foul with the body. I think Mora's just picked up his second personal. So second on Mora, second team foul on the Eagles, and that'll give the big kid a chance to shoot free throws. We mentioned in the pregame show, didn't do a lot of damage against the Eagles in that first matchup, only had 3 points. He was 1 of 2 from the line. 6'7", 240 is Gonzalez, and throws a brick off the front of the rim on the first one. Carlsbad did not do themselves any favors the first time these two teams played. Of course, the Eagles won that game, but Carlsbad 3 of 9 from the line for 33%. So didn't get a lot of opportunities. 3 kids got to shoot. One is 1 for 2, 1 for 5, and 1 for 2 in that ball game. Of course, the Eagles, a lot more chances from the charity stripe. They were 13 of 21 for 62%. Second shot up and good for the big kid, Gonzalez. He's got 1 point. 15-8. Eagles by 7 with 1:05 left here in the first. Stop and go Van Landingham in the front court. Jump stop right wing. Bounce pass to Ross on the right elbow. Down low to Mora. Turnaround hook. Sidewinder again, and he puts it over the front of the hole. Count it. Kind of just floated the ball over the rim that time. 4 points for Mora. Back to a 9-point lead. 50 seconds left in the opener. Into the front court, because Chavez stops at the left elbow. Kick out left wing to Perez. Fakes a 3. Fadeaway instead off the front of the rim. Tipped around and brought down underneath the hoop by Van Landingham. That's his first board. Outlet far sideline to Gore. Comes down the paint, gets the ball knocked out of his hands as he came across the free throw line off the dribble. Nice quick fingertips there by Devin McWright to punch it away. Actually, that was R.J. Amos, Hobbs basketball on the left base with 37 seconds left. Inbound to the right corner to Gore. Dribbles up to the sideline and gives it back to Van Landingham. He wants it to come back to the time stripe. Stop and go to the right wing. Bounce pass to Gore in the corner right. Comes to the free throw line and then backs it out with 25. Van Landingham comes back for the handoff at the time stripe. Cross court left to Mackey. Mackey with the wraparound to Ross, left elbow, fires up a J off the back of the rim. Mora trying to get a hand on it, but it's ripped out of his hands by Perez, his second rebound. Up ahead to a breaking Sullivan, tries to lay it up on the right side, rejected by Mackey from behind, right to the Hobbs Eagle bench on the baseline. Hobbs Eagle fans erupting on that blocks, right on top of the leather. 17-8, Eagles by 9, 11 seconds left, opening quarter. Inbound left baseline, Amos dumps it left corner. It's going to be Perez, thought about a 3, but Mackey's sliding with him on the near sideline, now near the time stripe. One hand pass to Chavez on the right wing with 3 seconds. Dumping to Gonzalez in the lane, fadeaway shot at the buzzer and puts it in. That will end the first quarter of action. Hobbs up by 7 at the end of 1, 17-10 over Carlsbad. We'll take a 60-second break and come back live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube.
You're clear. $30. $15. $5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Get ready for the second quarter here at Tasker Arena. The Hobbs Eagles leading over Carlsbad 17-10. At the end of one, the Eagles have 5 points for Gore, 4 apiece for Ramos and Mora, and 2 for Mackey and Morgan. For Carlsbad, 5 for Perez, 3 for Gonzalez, and 2 for McBride. Eagle basketball, dump it down to Mora in the lane. Try to hand it off to Ross, but it's stripped away by the Cavemen. That's the third Eagle turnover. In the hands of McBride, he'll dribble across the timeline on stop and go. Continues on the left base. Gets bodied up by Van Landingham as he tries to wrap around pass on the baseline into the middle of the paint, and they call the foul. Should be on the floor, so Van Landingham will pick up his first, third team foul. Whoa, they're going to call that a shooting foul. Looked like he bodied him before he even tried to pass. I didn't see the shooting motion on that one. So 2 shots here coming from McWright. Carlsbad is 1 of 2 from the line. First free throw off the back of the rim, though, making an air ball. It was a dead brick that time. Rebounds in the first quarter. Hobbs up on that one, 10-5. Carlsbad with 4 turnovers, and the Eagles with 3. 17-10 was the end of the first quarter. We're still there right now. Biggest lead was 10 for Hobbs in the first. Second shot from McWright, bouncing off the rim a couple of times, no good. Battle for the boards. Morgan underneath the hoop that time. Kind of flacking at the ball with the fingertips there. R.J. Amos with him as well. And it will go to the Cavemen. They'll have it on the right baseline underneath their hoop. They'll get it in near side to Perez against Mackey. Kicks it up top to Amos. Holds on to it for a second. Sends it over to the right wing. A hard one to McWright. He's able to come up with it. Dribbles up top of the arc. Uses up his dribble. Guarded by Morgan. Pass to the far side to Amos near the sideline. Dribbles to the free throw line. Throws up a shot off balance. Boy, what a bad decision there. Saved to the baseline by Gonzalez. Kick to the left wing to Campos. Drives the lane with a scoop shot. Misses out the front of the rim. No good. Long rebound from Mackey. His first. Up ahead to Jalen Gore. Dribbles underneath the hoop from right to left and sends it back to Mackey. Top of the circle now at the timeline. 7:08 left, second quarter. To Morgan on the right wing. Back to Mackey. Top of the circle. Shot from the free throw line off the dribble. It's scored through. The defender late on that with a swish for Michael Mackey. He's got 4 points. 19-10. Eagles by 9. Into the front court. Stop and go for Perez. Puts on the brakes on the right wing against Mackey. Stop and go, dribbling behind his back again. Cross court left to Campos. Fires up an NBA 3 off the glass in front of the Hobbs Eagles student section. And Ross falls into him for the foul. And Morgan's telling him, get your footing down. Put a hand in his face. Going to make him pay for it now, though. So Ross will pick up the foul. First on him, 14th foul. Chance for the three-point play now. Definitely do not want to give these Cavemen a chance to get back in the game on trays. They will definitely put some down. Perez had 6 of those in one of their last games. Missing off the back of the rim, though, was Chavez, and pulled down by Mackey on the near sideline, his second rebound. Throws it across the timeline to Ramos, who just checked in. Bad pass up the far sideline, picked off by Campos, but they call the travel on him, and he's hurt, too. He went down hard. Unfortunately, he's going to get a turnover for the Cavemen, 1 for the Eagles as well. 5 for Carlsbad, 4 for Hobbs. And we're going to have a delay here. I'm not sure what happened. He looks like he's completely flat face and stomach on the ground. They have to turn him over and look at him. 6:38 left here in the second. It's Hobbs 19, Carlsbad 13. We'll come back in 60 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
You're clear. You said 60, Ty?
Yes, please.
Okay, just making sure. $30. $15. $5, 3, 2, 1, go.
We cut back after an injury timeout. The Carlsbad Cavemen that went down, Evan Campos. He stole the ball, fell to the floor, and now it's Hobbs Eagle basketball. So Hobbs will have it on the far sideline, front court inbound to Mackey at the timeline. Sliding from left to right, guarded by Jacob Morales. Returns to Ramos on the left wing. Dribbles through his legs, back to Mackey, top of the circle, down to 6:28 left, second quarter. Uses up the dribble. Bounce pass down low is loose and picked away by Perez. That's the 5th Eagle turnover. Perez backdoor, no-look pass. Laying it up on the left side is McWright for his 4th point. So Hobbs losing the ball and getting a transition score for Carlsbad. 19-13, up by 6 though. Mackey in the front court. He'll slow it down as he's guarded by McWright to the right wing. Dribbles through his legs, backs out on the near sideline into the Taskerich band. Uses up his dribble, having some trouble now with the jab. Bounce pass to Morgan, right side of the free throw. Pass to Jalen Gore on the right side. His 3 went off the side of the backboard. Don't see that happen very often, and Perez comes down with the rebound. So Hobbs a little bit out of sync offensively. That's a 3rd board for Perez. Across the timeline to Chavez, top of the circle. Uses up his dribble. Ramos right on top of him. Outlet to the near side to Perez. Slides left to right, top of the arc. Gives it off to Chavez on the right wing. High entry pass down low to Gonzalez. He goes over the side of the rim right and puts it through. Got big off the floor that time with 5 points now. 19-17. Now a 2-point ball game. As Carlsbad driving themselves back into this one. They have scored 7 points. It's 2 for the Eagles. A bad pass down low, and it's taken away. With the ball is Chavez. Eagles now with 6 turnovers. Chavez in the front court. Gives it off right wing to Morales. Takes a few dribbles to the far sideline. Bounce pass up top to Gonzalez. Kicks it left to McWright. Screened by Gonzalez. Top of the circle. Kicks it back to the left wing to Perez. Dump it down low to Gonzalez. Left block. Double team. Up top to wide open McWright for 3 off the back of the rim. And ripped down by Morgan on the left block. Morgan with his 2nd rebound. Outlet to the timeline. Mackey coming down the left lane. To Ramos left baseline. Double clutch high over the rim, but they call the foul. His body tried to adjust in the air and got kind of sideswiped that time. Still trying to throw up the ball as he came down the middle of the lane. They get the foul call on Chavez, his 2nd, 4th team foul on the Cavemen. That'll put Ramos on the line for the season, shooting 69% from the charity stripe, has 4 points right now. Eagles are 4 for 4 from the line and makes the free throw there. Ramos now tied for top scorer with Jalen Gore, 5 apiece. Mackey's 2 for 2. Gore 2 for 2 on the line, and now Ramos 1 for 1. So great free throw shooting so far for the Eagles. 2nd shot for Ramos is up, and it's a swish as well. He's got 6 points. 21-17. Eagles back up by 4 with 4:50 left in the first half. Perez will get the inbound. The 6'5" point guard now in the front court against Mackey. Dribbles behind his back, top of the circle. Finds Amos on the right wing, down low to Gonzalez, right block. Kick out left, wide open for a 3, and swishing it. Nobody guarding him. Chavez, his 2nd tray. He's got 6 points. 21-20. Eagles got to play some perimeter D. Mackey in the front court. Finds Ramos on the near sideline. To Moore on the right block. Double team, hook shot on the right baseline and puts it through the hole. Moore now with 6 points. Back to a 3-point Eagle lead. 4:20 left in the second. 23-20. Driving the lane is Perez. He shoved off as he was coming down the lane, but I think they're going to call the foul on the Eagles, though. Looked like he got a little forearm shove that time. They call the foul, though, instead on Mackey, his 1st on the drive. 15 foul against the Eagles. They're going to give it to Carlsbad to the left baseline of the hoop. And now a substitution for Coach Zumbrin as he'll bring in Xavier Rueda for his first action. And we might have a timeout as well. Full timeout called by the Eagles. 4:17 remaining here in the second. Hobbs 23, Carlsbad 20. Come back with us live here at Task Arena on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
You're clear.
Let's go 60, please.
Okay. $30. $10. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Back live here at Task Arena after Hobbs Eagle timeout. Hobbs up by 3 over Carlsbad, 23-20 with 4:17 left here in the second. Ty Friend here with you. Tiffany Stuber back at the station. Winner of this game, possibly have a chance to play for the district championship. They'll have to have a pre-playoff game if it's Carlsbad winning tonight. Hobbs winning, and they'll be the host on Saturday night. Inbound, top of the circle is Perez. Dribbles around a double screen. Uses up the dribble. Finds a teammate Amos on the right wing. Throws it down to the right corner to Rita. Back to Amos right side. Back to the time stripe on the dribble backward. Throws it behind Perez, who has to chase it back in front of the Taskovich band on the near sideline. One hands it to the right wing to Amos once again. Guarded by Ramos. Amos versus Ramos. Top of the circle going right to left. Pass off left wing to Ruida. Touch pass to the left corner. Driving baseline Chavez. Puts on the brakes. Fadeaway jumper. Off the glass, no good. Rebound underneath is Mora for his sixth board. Gives it off to Jalen Gore now in the front court. Slows it down to set up the offense. 3:38 left in the half. Gets some pressure up the mid-stride by McWright. Pass to Mackey right wing. Cross-court left to Jalen Gore. His fadeaway three left side. In and out, no good. Pulled down on the far side by Amos, his first. Outlet to the timeline. Here comes Perez. Stop and go. Guarded by Mackey on the left wing. Dribbles behind his back. Throws over to Amos on the right wing. Touch pass. Right corner to Chavez. Chavez with the hippity hop. Top of the circle. Returns over to Perez on the left wing. Stop and go. Crossover move. Uses up the dribble. No-look pass down the lane underneath the hoop. And going up over the top of the rim high is Amos. Got a little head fake and went up strong. His first bucket. Hobbs still by one, though, with 3 minutes left in the second. 23-22. In the front court, it's Ramos right wing to Morgan on the right side of the free throw. Alley-oop backdoor to Mora. Double clutch. Misses. Goes up again. Misses again. Gets the ball back on the right block. Outlet to his teammate Gore on the right corner. They're going to say he stumble-stepped and got a travel on that one. That's the seventh turnover for the Eagles. And Gore did not like that call whatsoever, shaking his head no at the official. By the way, it was senior night. The parents of all the seniors were on the court. Samad J. Williams, Jesus Ramos, Ronald Ross, Jalen Gore, Tyler Box. Also Aaron Mora, the seniors on this Eagle squad. Here comes Perez now with a spin at the free throw line. Fadeaway right of the lane, no good. Coming out the back of the rim. Put back up over the front off the glass and counter for McWright. 6 points and a rebound for McWright, and now a lead. Carlsbad's first lead of the game here in the second quarter, 24-23. Ramos in the front court, right wing, drives the lane, double clutch. Right into the back of Mackey, but still with a shot, put it over the hole and count it. So now it's Ramos with 8 points. 25-24, top scorer for the Eagles. Into the front court comes Chavez. Sends it to the right wing to Amos. Dumps it down to Gonzalez right block. Fadeaway hook in the lane. In and out, no good. Ramos with the rebound on the left block. That is his third board. Hands it off to Mackey near the timeline. He'll bring it across with 2 minutes. Back to Ramos right side. Spots a three off the front of the rim. Tipped high in the air off the top of the backboard. Moore will go back up with the hook shot and puts it through. First one wasn't really a rebound. He's kind of shoved it up there with another Carlsbad player on him. That's going to be 9 boards, though, and 8 points for Mora. 27-24 Eagles by 3. At the top of the arc at the other end, after putting on the brakes, is Chavez off the front of the iron on the tray. Ball hits off an eagle underneath as it came off the iron. Looks like it might have hit Mackey or Mora that time, but it will be Carlsbad basketball on the right baseline. Eagles by 3. They were up 17-10 at the end of the one. They've scored 10 in this quarter, 14 for Carlsbad, so they lead with a +4 differential. Hobbs still up by 3 on the scoreboard, though. High pass back to the timeline, pulled down by Perez, up top to Chavez. Dumps it down the right block to Gonzalez, spins in the lane, throws up a shot and scores over the top of Mora. I think he's kind of worried about his 2 fouls so far. 7 points now for Gonzalez, 27-26, Hobbs by 1. 1:20 left here in the second. Jalen Gore across the timeline, unloads to Ramos, right. Cross court left to Gore, we got a whistle underneath. And they're going to say a push-off underneath the bucket. They're going to call that on Mackey. His second, 16th foul, also go as a turnover, number 8 for the Eagles. So their offense getting kind of lethargic here in the second quarter. Can't get all the shots to drop in the paint. And that foul hurt him as well. Perez now dribbling through his legs against Mackey through the timeline. Now in the front court, getting a screen from Gonzalez. Goes around 2 screens, including Chavez top of the circle. Gives it back to Chavez on the right wing. Fadeaway 3 off the back of the rim. Pulled down by Ramos, his 4th board. Transition dribble in the front court, down the lane. Goes to the rack with a scoop around the rim and score it left side. Coach Zubrin wanted to travel, not going to get it. Ramos on fire now. He's got 10 points and 4 rebounds. 29-26, going to the other end with a scoop, getting rejected by Mora. Chavez getting ripped. Ball thrown up to Mackey, stripped in the lane, falls forward and lost it back to Perez in the paint. Turnover number 9. Perez going to fire, put 3 on the left wing, an air ball, and Mora comes down with it underneath the hoop, his 10th rebound. He's working on a double-double to Ramos in the right corner for a 3, and the Eagles on a big run. Ramos taking everybody by surprise for the Cavemen. He's got 13 points, 32-26 Eagles. Down low to Gonzalez, left block, turn around, Jay no good. Jay Legora, one hand ripped out on the rebound at the free throw line. That's his first. Back door to Mackey, double clutch on the right block. It's hit in the face. He got crouched down like a frog to try to throw the ball up there. Got the defender high in the air and came swiping down on his face that time. Ball came down, but he will get a chance for 2 free throws. They'll charge a foul on Perez. That's his second. And the 15th foul on the Cavemen. That'll put Mackey on the line. He's 2 for 2 on the charity stripe and has 4 points. So Eagles were only up by 1 just seconds ago. Now up by 5 or make it 6, 32-26. Eagles have scored 15 here in the quarter and 16 for Carlsbad, still with a +1. But hopefully Mackey can erase that +1 margin with a couple of free throws here. Eagles are perfect on the line, 6 for 6 between Mackey, Ramos, and Mora, all getting 2 apiece or make that score. But now Mackey making his 3rd free throw. He's got 5 points. He's going to get 1 more shot, and then Box will come in for him on the sub. 6.6 seconds left, second quarter. Hobbs up by 7, 33-26. 3 dribbles for Mackey with the reverse spin back to his chest. Now the free throw comes rolling off the front of the rim, no good. Could not get it to drop. Pass up court after the rebound for Campos. Finds Amos with a fadeaway 3 on the right wing at the buzzer. That's not what the Eagles wanted to happen to finish up the half. So Ramos ends up with 5 points at the end of 2. We go to halftime, but Hobbs still with the lead, 33-29 over Carlsbad. Come back with us in 3 minutes on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
You're clear. Two minutes. One minute. $30. $15. $5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Back here at Task Arena, it's halftime as your Hobbs Eagles lead Carlsbad 33-29. They're going through the cheerleader appreciation night as they are giving a chance for all the favorite teachers of the cheerleaders out on the court right now. As we talk about the scoring in the first half, first for Carlsbad, yet to get in double digits. Tyan Gonzalez, their 6'7" post player, has 7 points. He's 1 of 2 from the line and 1 rebound at this point. Devin McWright has 6 points, 0 for 2 on the line and 1 rebound. Ismael Chavez hit 2 trays in the second quarter, went 0 for 1 on the line and had 6 points. RJ Amos with a tray right before the buzzer sounded at the half. He's got 5, all coming in the second quarter, and 1 rebound. And Damian Perez, kind of a quiet first half, 5 points, including a tray, and 3 rebounds. So far, 5 scores for Carlsbad, having some issues on the free throw line like they did against Hobbs the other night. They are 1 for 5 from the charity stripe, 20%, so they're definitely having some big problems. They're going to have to get that corrected by the second half. 10 rebounds so far for Carlsbad. Leaders are Damian Perez and Evan Campos, both with 3 apiece. They've had 3 3-pointers so far, 2 from Chavez, and 4 3-pointers, 2 from Chavez, and 1 apiece for Perez and Amos. 5 turnovers in the first half for the Cavemen. And for your Hobbs Eagles, already a double-digit scorer, Jesus Ramos, who got a starting nod tonight. He's got 13 points, 1 tray, 2 for 2 free throw shooting, and 4 rebounds. Definitely a big plus for the Eagles' offensive side of the court. Aaron Mora with 8 points, 4 in each quarter, and has 10 rebounds already. 1 more bucket, and he'll have a double-double like he's done several times this season. Michael Mackey with 5 points. He's been 3 for 4 from the line and had 2 rebounds. Jalen Gore hitting a tray and 2 free throws. He's got 5 points and 1 rebound. And Katre Morgan with a bucket for 2 and 2 rebounds to his name. Eagles with 6 scores so far. They've had a total of 21 rebounds, 11 more than Carlsbad. 3-pointers, just 2 for the Eagles, 1 for Jalen Gore, and 1 for Jesus Ramos. Hobbs has had more turnovers, though, 9 compared to 5 for the Cavemen, but better free throw shooting. They are 7 of 8, only missed 1 free throw in the first half. The biggest lead for the Eagles was 10, and that was coming in the second quarter, and Carlsbad actually got a lead in the second with 1 point in favor over the Eagles. Hobbs coming back to get the lead at the half. Your score, 33-29. Hobbs up by 4. We'll take another 4-minute break and come back with the rest of the halftime show and more action live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube.
You're clear. Three minutes. Two minutes. 1 minute. $30. $15. $5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Back here at halftime at Tasker Arena. Ty Friend here with you. Tiffany Stuber back at the station. Final district game of the regular season for the Eagles, coming in at 5-0. Carlsbad at 4-1, as we mentioned in the first half. Winner of this game puts themselves in a good position, whether it be the Hobbs Eagles getting to host the district tournament championship on Saturday. If Carlsbad wins it, though, they'll have another game having to be played Monday, a pre-playoff to see who the number 1 seed will be. So that'll get a neutral side, more than likely at Artesia, where it's been several times in years past. So that'll be a big question mark at this point. We did have a score coming in from the Hobbs Lady Eagles game. Let's see if we can pull that back up here really quickly. Last score we had in the third quarter, so they're kind of moving along pretty quickly in that one. Actually, Carlsbad leading the Lady Eagles by 11 points, 35-24. So there had to be a big comeback in that game. Some other scores for you in the third quarter as well. Lovington in boys action leading Portales by 15, 36-21. Eunice all over Loving in boys play in the start of the second, 25-10. We got an update on the Carlsbad girls score. Carlsbad now up just by 6, 37-31 over Hobbs. That's the start of the fourth quarter. Now the Lady Eagles in the same boat as the Hobbs boys here tonight. If they lose that game, they'll have to play a pre-playoff on Monday. So hopefully they can just get the win and move on and get that number 1 seed on Saturday. About a minute away from the second half action as both teams are warming up here. Of course, we mentioned in the pregame show that the Eagles definitely been dominating their opponents in terms of scoring in the district in 5 games, averaging 80 points a contest. Carlsbad just averaging 54 offensively. Hobbs only giving up 42 points a game, but Carlsbad likes to keep the score low, only giving up 36 points. Thus the score you see at half with only 62 points on the scoreboard. 33 for the Eagles, 29 for Carlsbad. So they're doing exactly what they want. And normally you're going to see a difference in rebounding too, because they do a lot of 3-point shots and sometimes don't get the boards on that. Hobbs leading at this point 21-10 on the glass so far by 11, but only a 4-point lead. Now at the first quarter, Hobbs up by 7, 17-10. But they were outscored by Carlsbad 19-16 in the second. A couple of those were due to turnovers. Hobbs had 9 in the first half, just 5 for Carlsbad. They got to clean those up. Although free throws definitely in the Eagles' favor, 7 of 8 from the line so far. Carlsbad needs to get themselves back in shape. 1 of 5 for 20% up to this point. And it will be Carlsbad basketball to start this third quarter. They'll have it at half court, down by 4, right in front of the Taskervich band. Listening live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube. Inbound deep to the backcourt to Perez. He'll bring it across against Mackey. Underway here in the third. Unloads to the left wing, McWright. Hard drive to the corner. He's going to back it out. One hands it to the left wing to Campos. Thought about a tray. Put on the brakes and wait now as Morgan comes up on D. Kicks it up top to Perez. Guarded by Mackey. One hands it back to the left wing to Campos. Down to the corner left side to McWright. Bounce it down low. There's Gonzalez trying to dunk it sidewind, and it gets rejected by Mora. Picked up by Mackey for his third rebound. Sends it ahead to Jalen Gore, left wing. Fadeaway 3. Nothing but net. Right in front of the Hobbs Eagles student section. 8 points for Jalen Gore, the third tray for the Hobbs Eagles. Up by 7, 36-29. They needed that one to get the Eagles fans stirred up here in the third. Coming across the timeline, a pass to McWright to the left corner to Campos. Spins with the ball on the far side. Barely able to get it back to Gonzalez, top of the arc. He's waiting for some help. Trying to pivot the big man, and finally coming to get us Perez. Gives a screen for Perez. And then a pass to the right wing to Amos. Back down low to Gonzalez in the right block. Spin, fade away in the paint off the front of the rim. No good. And Jalen Gore rips it down in the left block. His second rebound. Quick dribble in the front court with a spin. Top of the circle. Extended zone. 1-2-2. Over to Mackey on the left wing, dribbles around the right side, gives it off to Ramos. Bounce pass to Mora, hook shot on the right block, clunks off the side of the iron, no good. Rebound underneath by Campos, his 4th rebound as a guard. Now in the front court for the blue and white. High, dangerous throw near the timeline, pulled down by McWright. Dribbles to the top of the circle, coming to get it right side is Amos. To the right corner to Campos for 3, a fadeaway. They're going to call a push, and that's going to be a 3-shot foul as Ramos might have reached down and kind of jabbed him in the chest that time. Ramos is kind of steering the referee down, but not going to get the call changed. That's the first on Ramos. First team foul on the Eagles here in the second half, and that will put on the line Campos to shoot 3. Again, they're just 20% on the line so far, 1 of 5 from the charity stripe. First shot is up and bouncing around the front, back of the rim, no good for Campos. Haven't learned their lesson yet, now 1 of 6. So issues continue on the free throw stripe. One more free throw now for Campos. Trying to get himself in the books, too. It will be his first point of the game. Misses out the back of the rim. He gets one more on that 3-point shot. That one had a lot of reverse spin on it as it hit the back of the rim and just kind of flicked over the top of the whole bucket and came out. He's shaking his head, staring at the floor now as Campos, trying to get at least one free throw to drop so he can say he scored in this game. This one is good. So he went 1 of 3 from the line. They're now 2 of 7 from the charity stripe and a timeout on the court. 6:27 remaining here in the third quarter. Hobbs 36. Your Hobbs Eagles leading by 6 over Carlsbad. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Very clear. 60, Ty?
Yes, please.
Okay. $30. $10. $5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Back live after a timeout here at Tasker Arena. Hobbs up by 6 over Carlsbad, 36-30. Eagle basketball. Mackey with it, and there'll be a half-court defense applied, a 1-2-2 for Carlsbad. Mackey will throw it across to Ramos, left wing, front court. Cross court right to Mackey to the right corner. Takes a few dribbles, bounces it low to Morgan, right block underneath the hoop. Tries to come up back underneath. They're going to say he traveled first as he leaned back towards the hoop. And they're going to say he wants to have a foul call. They're not going to get it. That's the 10th turnover for Hobbs, just 5 for Carlsbad. So definitely an advantage for the blue here at Tasker. Inbounding on the left base is Campos. Sends it down to the right corner backcourt to Amos. One-hand dribble back to Chavez now on the pass. He'll bring it across against Morgan. 6 minutes left here in the third. Eagles by 6. Morgan gets a strip at the timeline, diving on the floor for it. It's in the backcourt for Carlsbad, and Morgan gets the steal. Over to Jalen Gore on the right wing and throws it down low as Mackey tried to dribble up and shoot, but he gets found underneath the hoop. That'll be the 6th turnover. Nice job for Morgan as he dove on the floor for it at the timeline. And they get the foul on the Cavemen. That's against Chavez, his 3rd. And the first team foul against Carlsbad. That was not a shooting foul, though. Hobbs ball on the right base underneath the hoop. Substitution coming back as Perez as he comes aboard for Chavez, who got the foul. Ramos to inbound right base. He got the whistle blown in his ear. He had to kind of touch his ear after that. Inbound to the back half-court line here for Jalen Gore. Stop and go. Shot from the free throw. Tried to pass as he got his arm ripped from behind. They're going to call that a pass instead of a shot. It will be a foul. His trajectory of that ball went down quickly as he tried to throw it forward for the pass. They called the foul on McWright, his first, 2nd team foul on Carlsbad. Right back to the right baseline will be Ramos. Looking around for somebody to get it to. That's a check it back deep to Gore on the near side left. In front of the Haas Taskerich band. Drives to the free throw line. Over to Mora. Fakes a 15-footer. Drives right baseline. Gets bumped out of bounds before shooting. He might have been in the shooting motion for the foul. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Definitely a foul regardless. As they'll get the big kid on that one. That was Tyan Gonzalez first. 3rd team foul. And that will be a shooting foul for Aaron Mora. He has not shot a free throw in this ball game. Comes into the contest shooting 64%. Eagles are 7 of 8 from the charity line. And as I say that, he misses it off the front of the rim. No good. He'll get one more. 8 points for Mora. 13 for Jesus Ramos. 6-point Hobbs Eagle lead here in the third quarter. Second shot for Mora is bouncing around the rim and comes off the front again. Underneath the hoop is Perez for his 4th rebound. He'll take the dribble against Mackey into the front court. Behind his back with 5:35 left third quarter. Kicks over to left wing to McWright, guarded by Ramos. Crossover move, far sideline, spins, kicks it left wing to Campos. Back deep to the timeline to Ramos, to the right wing to Perez. Picked up by Jalen Gore now. Uses up his dribble to Perez. One hands it top of the circle to Gonzalez. Pass to the left wing is stripped away by Morgan. Another steal. That's the 7th turnover. Goes to the rack with the righty layup. The one-man wrecking crew, Katre Morgan. 4 points for him. 38-30, Eagles by 8. Now in the front court, dribbling to his legs is Perez. Finds McWright on the left wing. Touch pass down to the left corner to Campos. Dumps it down to the left block to Gonzalez. Spins left, right in the lane, throws up a shot and puts it over the rim and count it. Boy, Gonzalez a lot more active in this game than the first time. 38-32, Gonzalez has 9. At the other end, Ramos with an 18-footer from the right corner and count it. Jesus Ramos now with 15. 40-32 Eagles. In the front court, driving the free throw line. Amos, fadeaway 2, I should say, off the back of the rim. Pulled up by Ramos on the rebound, right block. That is going to be his 5th rebound. Up ahead to Gore, top of the circle, front court. Right on top of him now is Amos at the timeline. His backpedaling is Gore with the dribble. Stop and go, comes left and hands it off to Mackey, top of the circle. Bounce pass to Ramos, right wing, an NBA 3, air ball. Underneath the hoop for the rebound, waiting for him was Campos for his 5th rebound. He'll take on Jalen Gore with the crossover move into the front court near side with 4:10 remaining third. Unload to Perez on the far side in front of the scores table. Almost shot an NBA 3. He's going to do it anyway. Off the front of the rim. Boy, I don't know why you're being a ball hog like that. Rebound by Mackey on the left block. That's his 4th. Comes across the timeline. He gets a 2-3 zone now. He'll back it out to the time stripe. One hand bounce pass to Morgan on the right wing. Down to Gore in the right block. Or make a corner down to Moore in the right block and returns to Morgan right side. Jalen Gore comes and gets the handoff. He'll dribble up top of the circle and give it off to Mackey. Very patient offense for the Eagles on the perimeter. Mackey dribbles left side, gives up top to Gore. Crossover to the far right sideline, in front of the scorers table. His pass deflected, top of the circle. It's loose on the floor, but recovered by Mackey. Alley-oop backdoor to Moore, hits a bottom on the backboard. He gets it himself and puts it up, no good, but Mora lays it on the right side. Aaron Mora now with 10 points and 11 rebounds and a timeout on the court. Eagles got lucky on that one. That ball, the pass from Mackey hit the bottom of the backboard, almost like an alley-oop to himself, able to come down the lane and get it as it came off the board and tried to shoot. So I don't even know if you want to call that a pass or a rebound or whatever, but still, kind of ugly play. But Mora's able to finish it up for him. And now back to a 10-point lead. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with more Hobbs Eagle Hoops on Cool, HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube.
You're clear. Ten. 5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hobbs Eagles have outscored Carlsbad 9-3 here in the third quarter. Back up to a 10-point lead like it was back in the second quarter. 3:24 left in the third. 9 points for Tyan Gonzalez leading the Cavemen. Eagles have 15 for Ramos and 10 and 11 rebounds for Aaron Mora, now with the double-double. 42-32, Carlsbad basketball down by 10. Perez in the front court, dribbling through his legs, back and forth, zigzagging against Morgan. Gets a screen up top by Gossett. Lost the ball on the dribble, almost a double dribble. Unloads to the right side of Chavez. Morgan will step out on him, drives the lane, comes down the left side with the reverse, gets fouled going up by Morgan. Quick first step that time for Chavez. Katre Morgan first personal, second team foul. And a chance for 2 free throws for Chavez. He's 0 for 1 from the charity stripe. Carlsbad just 2 of 7 from the line so far tonight. They're down by 10, can use any point they can get to get back in this one. And the first one's off the back of the rim and stays in the iron for just a few seconds and drops in. So Chavez now with 7 points. 42-33, Eagles by 9. Second shot is up, and it's good as well. 8 now for Chavez. 8-point Eagle lead with 3:03 remaining. Here comes Tyler Box, who just checked in, comes across the timeline, pass to Morgan, top of the arc with a jump stop, give it back to Box. Extended 2-3 zone, dribbles left with a double team on him. Uses up the dribble, one-hand bounce pass to Moore in the paint. It's a ricochet off the legs and a taken away for Carlsbad by Amos. Eagles' 8th turnover, or make it the 11th turnover of the ball game. Pass across the timeline to Chavez at the free throw, spins, dumps it back door, and laying it in uncontested is Gossett, his first bucket. 42-36, Eagles go full court pass to Mora, tried to save it, and it might have gone off a Carlsbad kid at the other baseline. It was off a blue jersey. That was Chavez. Luckily, Mora was able to get some hands on it and just knock it off the back of Chavez. The Eagles kind of going with a risky pass from baseline to baseline that time. Box will have it on the right base. Have to wipe the ball off, does the referee. Got a little bit slimy there. Box will check it in, left wing to Gore. Stop and go, crossover down the lane. A runner shot on the way, hits the front of the rim, no good. Tipped around. Box tries to throw it over the front of the iron. He's going to miss the first one, and a rebound, and they're going to call the foul on the floor. So Box will pick up the second board for him. They call the foul on Chavez. That's going to be his 4th personal. And the 4th team foul as well. And that's going to get Coach Zummer to hurry and go to his bench as he'll bring in Evan Campos. Campos coming in for Chavez with the 4 fouls. 4-2 foul count so far in favor of the Eagles. Box will inbound from the right base underneath the Eagle hoop by 6. Backing into Gore on the left wing, just like he did the last time. Backs out to the timeline. Hard dribble to the free throw. Jump stop. Shot is on the way as he leans to the hoop. No good. Rebound by Moore in the middle of the paint. His 12th board. Goes up strong on the backside of the rim and scores. Leaned into the hoop that time and laid it in for 2. Moore now with 12 points and 12 rebounds. 44-36, Eagles by 8, 2:05 left, third quarter. Here comes Perez, the big man. One-hand pass to the right wing to Chavez. To the right corner to Sullivan. Down low right block. Fade away Gossett, an air ball. Waiting for it's Jalen Gore, his 3rd rebound. Sends it ahead to Ross. Goes to the rack on the left side. High off the glass and scores. Coach Reeves wants a foul, not going to get it. Ross with his first bucket. Eagles have 7 scores so far. Back up by 10. Into the front court, Perez. Dribbling behind his back. Shot for 3. A fadeaway right wing and puts it through the hole. Perez now with 2 trays in the game. He's got 8 points, the 5th tray for the Cavemen. 46-39. Hobbs still by 7, though. Coming across the timeline, Gore with the pass to Box as he's guarded by Sullivan. Lost the ball, trying to spin, gets it back, comes around the right circle, down the lane. Shot from the middle of the paint, swishes it. Boy, Box has some nice body control in the air that time. His first bucket. 48-39. Eagles up by 9 with 1:13 left here in the third. Stop and go for Perez in the front court. NBA 3 off the glass in the rim. No good. Tipped out by Moore on the far side, but pulled down by Gossett. Gossett will send it back left wing to Sullivan. Up top to Perez with 1 minute left in the third. Jalen Gore is going to get screened behind him by Gossett. Perez dribbles to the right side of the free throw line. Kick out left corner to Sullivan. Up top to Campos. Back to Perez on the right wing. He'll back it out against Gore. Screen coming from Gossett, uses it, shot from the top of the arc off the dribble, off the back of the rim, pulled down underneath the left block, laying it up and getting fouled. Somersaulted is Garen Gossett scoring it, and a 3rd rebound for him and a chance for a 3-point play. Eagles just completely upended him that time. That will be the Eagles' 3rd team foul as they get that one against Katre Morgan, his 2nd. Gossett now with 4 points, trying to make it 5. Mackey will come in for Morgan. Ross will stay on the court. Mora, Box, and Gore. Eagles by 7 with 40.5 seconds left, third quarter, 48-41. Pinning a free throw from Garen Gossett, the 6'5" forward. And his free throw kind of a fadeaway and puts it through. All 5 of his points now in the third quarter, 48-42. Hobbs basketball with 40 seconds. Coach Zummer having a talk with the official on the baseline about something. He did get a sub in there. Got the big kid back on the court, Tyan Gonzalez with 9 points. Zummer taking a long discussion with the official. Inbound to Mackey. He'll bring it across the timeline with 37. Gives the Box right wing, drives the paint, tries to get back to Mackey. It's a errant throw, but chased down by Mackey. Dribbles to the left wing, stop and go. Pivots, looking for help. Bounce pass to Ross to the left elbow. He pivots as well. Backdoor bouncer to Box, who lays it in for 2. What a globetrotter pass on that one. Box will put him more points on the board. He's got 4. 50-42, 8-point lead with 14 seconds left third. Perez going head-to-head against Mackey down the front court. Dribbles behind his back, crossover. Screen up top from Gonzalez. Dumps it back to Gonzalez and the give and go, and a double-hand dunk over the front of the rim. Gonzalez has 11. Boy, the Carlsbad fans are on their feet. And it's going to be a three-quarter court shot at the buzzer by Jalen Gore, but hits the top of the backboard and goes awry. But the Eagles had the lead at the end of the third, 50-44 over Carlsbad. We'll come back in 60 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
You're clear. $30. $10. $5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Eagles getting into the fourth quarter up by 6 over Carlsbad, 50-44. They've out-rebounded the Cavemen 29-15 through 3 quarters. Jesus Ramos with 15, 12 for Aaron Mora, and for Cavemen it's the Tyan Gonzalez with 11. Hobbs basketball inbound to Mora in the paint. His hook shot's an air ball, rebound underneath the bucket by Campos, his 6th board. Pass across the timeline is to Campos as he gave it back deep to Amos. Now Campos dribbles to the right wing. Down the corner and gets bodied, but they're going to call the timeout first for Carlsbad. Boy, wasting a timeout with just a few seconds into the fourth quarter. Kind of wonder about that one for Carlsbad. We'll keep it right here. Let's look at some of the numbers at this point. We mentioned Ramos with 15 points. He has got a tray in the game, is 2 for 2 on the line and 5 rebounds. He got a start tonight, so definitely showing something out there. Aaron Mora with a double-double already, 12 points and 12 rebounds, so definitely could use him some more. Coming up close with double digits so far, Jalen Gore with a couple of trays, 2 for 2 free throw shooting, has 8 points and 3 rebounds. Michael Mackey with 5 points, he's 3 for 4 on the line and 4 rebounds. 4 for Katre Morgan and 2 boards for him, and a bucket for Ronnie Ross. A couple of shots scored for Tyler Box coming off the bench for 4 and 2 rebounds. Hobbs with 3 trays so far, a total of 5 for Carlsbad. Cavemen basketball in the front court near sideline. Hobbs up by 6, 50-44. 7:39 left, fourth quarter. Inbound top of the circle to Campos. Dumps it middle of the paint to Gonzalez. Spins left. Fadeaway jumper off the back of the rim. No good. A battle for the boards. Gonzalez and Moore both crashing, but it comes off Gonzalez's hands out of bounds on the baseline. Trying to get you caught up on the Hobbs Lady Eagles score. They're coming back in that ball game in the fourth quarter. Lady Eagles in the same boat as the Eagles. They win, they're going to be hosting the district tournament championship. They lose, they're going to have a pre-playoff game on Monday. Mackey gets a pass up top, finds Gore on the left baseline. A runner shot off the back of the rim, no good. Loose at the right baseline, and looks like Gore hit it last. He battled up hard with Campos high in the air that time. But Coach Reeves is going to run down the baseline and have some words for the official. It's going to be Carlsbad ball on the right base of their backcourt as they get it in on the near side to Amos. He'll take on Ramos one-on-one. They've been guarding each other all night. Hard dribble to the front court, puts a hip on Ramos, but no call. And then flicks it back to the timeline to his big point guard, Perez. Screen up top for Gonzalez. Perez drives to the right wing, stop and go to the free throw line to put a shot up, and Mackey from behind tries to block the shot, and they call the foul. So Mackey will pick up his 3rd personal and the 14th foul on the Eagles. So Perez will get a chance to shoot free throws. Yet to shoot one tonight. He's got 8 points, 2 trays, and 4 rebounds. So he'll get 2 here. First shot is up and a swish for Perez. Last time these two teams played, he'd had no free throw opportunities, but he did have 19 points in Carlsbad. Made his first, he'll get a second, has 9 points. Biggest lead was 10 points in the second and third quarters both, and just 1 for Carlsbad in the third. Second shot good for Perez, he's got 10. 50-46, Eagles by 4, 6:55 left in the game. Pass over to Box front court, right wing, jab step. Looking for somebody to get open. Tries a one-hand bounce pass, but lost the ball right in the hands of the defender to McWright. That'll be turnover for the Eagles. They're 12. They've got 5 more than Carlsbad, but they do have a 4-point lead. Coming across the timeline is Perez, top of the circle, jump stop. Throws it up top to Campos. He fires a 3, an air ball, loose at the top. He's able to pick it up at the top of the arc, and they're going to call a travel. Tried to shuffle step there and got it, did not get away with it that time. 7 rebounds, though, for Campos. The 8th Carlsbad turnover, though, on top of that. And Coach Zummer going to go back to his bench as he'll bring in that guard, Ismael Chavez, checking in for Campos. Chavez with 8 points so far, 2 trays. They got to watch him. 6:30 left in the fourth. Hobbs by 4. Coming with a 5-0 record in district. 4-1 for Carlsbad. Pass to Ramos in the front court, right wing. Gets his defender up in the air, drives the left of the pike. Tries a little reverse layup with a sidewinder hook and scores over the rim right through the hole. Ramos has 17, 52-46. Eagles by 6 points. 6:10 left in the game. Stop and go now for Perez for Carlsbad. Screen coming to the timeline for Gonzalez. He uses it. Drives to the left part of the free throw. Fadeaway jumper off the back of the rim. No good. Morgan's going to rip it down at the free throw line. His 3rd rebound. Dribbles in the front court. Behind his back. Lost the ball right back to Perez on the far side. That'll be the Eagles' 13th turnover. Perez will slow it down as he comes across the time stripe, getting a screen for Gonzalez. Mackey spins out of it defensively. Pass to the right wing to Chavez. Drives the lane. Flick shot from the middle of the lane and scores. 10 points for Chavez, now in double digits. 52-48 Eagles. 5:40 remaining here in the fourth. Mackey now in the front court against a 2-1-2 zone. To Ramos on the right wing. Gives it back deep to Mackey. Had to jump for it near the timeline. To Gore on the free throw line. Drives through 2 defenders. Kicks right corner to Ramos for 3 and swishes it home. Big shot for Ramos. He's got 20 points to lead the Eagles. Critical three-pointer. 55-48. Hobbs by 7 as the inbound comes to the near side. And Coach Reeves had both his arms up in the air right in front of the referee's face on the baseline. I thought he was calling a 5-second violation to try to get the ref to call it. But he wanted a timeout before the inbound. It looked like one of the Eagle players might have got hurt on that play. I thought Ramos was kind of holding his shoulder, but I guess Coach Reeves did get a timeout before the inbound, a 60-second. We'll take it as well on the Hobbs Eagle Network as your Hobbs Eagles lead by 7.
Diggler. You said 60, Ty?
Yes, please.
Okay, just making sure. $30. $15. $5. 3, 2, 1, go.
55-48, your Eagles lead over Carlsbad. 7-point lead with 5:17 remaining here at Tasker Arena. Last district game of the regular season as Prez gets the inbound. The dribble toward the timeline against Jalen Gore. He'll bring it across. Gets a screen as we've been seeing from Gonzalez. Comes around it. Spot shot from the left elbow. Fade away. In and out. No good. Pulled down by Morgan underneath the hoop. That's his 4th. Outlet to the far sideline of Ramos. He'll bring it across. Slow it down. Bounce pass up top for Mackey. Gets stripped, but he's able to retain possession against the big kid Amos. Spin move and a kick out right to Morgan. Morgan finds Ramos in the right corner. Guarded by McWright. Fires up a 3 and puts another one through the hole. He wants that starting job for good as he puts another tray down. He's got 23 to lead the Eagles. 58-48, 10-point lead. Prez at the other end comes down the lane. Pass to the left corner. A fadeaway 3 for McWright off the back of the rim. No good. Mora tried to track it down, but taken out of the half court by Gonzalez. Pass to Prez on the right elbow. Shot on the way. Bouncing around the rim and good. Finally got the touch that time. He's got 12. 58-50. Hobbs by 8 with 4:18 remaining. They cannot afford any turnovers. Mackey in the front court to Morgan, right wing. Back to Ramos, right corner. Another 3. He got knocked to the floor on top of that. No call. 3 trays in the fourth. He's got 26 points and 11 in the fourth quarter. The kid is on fire. It's now 61-50, the biggest lead of the game. Perez going to shoot a fadeaway from the left side 3. It's off the rim. Rebound up top of the circle by McWright. Pass down the left block, a fadeaway. Off the bottom of the rim. No, it's going to drop in at the last second. I don't know if that was touched or not, but Chavez put it through. He's got 12. Actually, no, they're going to claim that was Perez touching it in. Free three-point shot from Mackey at the top of the arc, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound on the right baseline. Gonzalez sends it ahead. Jumping down to the middle of the paint and then throwing up a double clutch on the left side of the glass was Chavez. Chavez now with 12. 61-54, 7-point Eagle lead, 3:20 left in the fourth. Coming across the timeline is Mackey. And looks like Coach Reeves wants to call the timeout. Got to get some strategy offensively here. Got a chess match going in the fourth quarter. Hobbs by 7, 3:17 left in the fourth. We'll take a quick 30-second break.
You're clear. Fifteen. 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Three, two, one, go.
Back to live action here at Tasker Arena. Hobbs up by 7. 3:10 remaining after a timeout. Mackey dribbling behind his back, top of the circle, drives the left lane, double clutch off the glass and scores. They're going to call the foul, I believe, on the drive, though, so no bucket on that one. They will get it against Carlsbad. So that'll save the bucket for Carlsbad, but a foul on McWright, his first or second. 15 foul. Great news from Carlsbad. The Hobbs 8 Eagles come back and win in the fourth quarter over Carlsbad, 45-41. They are going to host the district championship on Saturday night here at Tasker Arena, and hopefully the boys will follow. Got some extracurricular going on. We got some bear hugging. Jalen Gore and R.J. Amos on this near sideline in front of the Hobbs Eagles student section. Inbound up top to Moore. I try to tip it over the front of the rim. No good. Mackey will rip it down as it came off the iron on the left wing. And that will be the rebound for him. That is his fifth of the ball game. Sends it over to Morgan on the right wing. Back deep to Mackey at the timeline. Clock to 2:50 remaining. Jalen Gore will come back on the near side in front of the Tasker Ridge band to catch the pass. He's at the time stripe with 2:43 remaining. Stop and go to the right wing. Backs it out. Good pressure being applied by Amos. Now to the far sideline near the scores table, but the clock is running. Stop and go again to the free throw line. Goes back door to Moore on the alley-oop with two hands off the left glass and puts it through. Moore now at 14 points. The assist from Jalen Gore. A 9-point Eagle lead with 2:20 remaining. In the backcourt is Chavez. Crossover move. Hard dribble in the front court. The spin against Morgan. Hands it off to Perez. Left wing. Stop and go. Fadeaway three on the way off the side of the iron. No good. Moore yanks it down underneath. He's got 13 rebounds. Outlet to Gore on the near side with 2:08 remaining. Slows it down at the timeline. Brings it across. Up by 9. In front of the big drum section there at Tasker Ridge. Crossover move. He just wants to run the clock. Clock under 2 minutes remaining. Amos will step out on him to the free throw line. Alley-oop again to Mora. Comes down with it this time. Left block. Double team. Kicks out left to Mackey. Hands it off to Ramos. Fires a three from the left side and scores again. Unbelievable Trey shooting. He's got 4 trays in the fourth quarter and 29 points overall. 66-54. The biggest lead is 12. Down the lane, a pass to Gonzalez, who lays it on the left side. He's got 13. A 10-point Eagle lead, 66-56, 1:30 remaining. Jalen Gore now with the stop and go. Taking on Amos to the front court. Gets a double team with McWright. Underhands it to Mackey, left corner. He'll try to drive the lane, but they're going to say he took off too quickly without the dribble and the travel. That'll be the 14th turnover for the Eagles. 10-point Eagle lead with 1:21 left here in the fourth. Hobbs ready to punch their ticket to host the district tournament championship on Saturday. The inbound to Perez in the baseline, tried to tip it. Goes off a Hobbs Eagle defender and gets it back, does Perez. He'll dribble across the timeline with 1:10 remaining. Screen up top from Gonzalez. Still waiting for it to be applied. Throws up an NBA three off the back of the rim. No good. Chased down by Mackey on the far sideline. He's got 6 boards. Back deep to Gore. An official timeout as Morgan is hurt on the half-court line. It looks like a left leg or knee. Not a good sign. He's writhing in pain at this point. Getting some help from Ramos and Mora trying to tell him just to lay flat. Trainer out there for the Eagles at this point. And his knee just went hard on the floor that time, and Coach Reeves trying to get the players away to let the trainer take care of his business here. It is the left leg, and the way he's holding it right now, maybe he has a possibility of a pull or something on a muscle, kind of trying to straighten the leg out just a bit. He is flat on his back still. We'll take a break here. 1:04 left in the fourth. Hobbs by 10. We'll back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
You're clear. 15, 10, 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
Coming back after a timeout, injury timeout, as Trey Morgan helped off the court, but he is sitting by himself on the, not by himself, with the team on the bench at this point. Eagles by 10. Jalen Gore gets the inbound with 1 minute in the backcourt, gets chased by McWright and Amos. He's going through him like butter, throws it across the timeline to box, and Coach Reeves calls a timeout from the baseline. Only 2 players were trying to beat the press there, and the rest of them were on the baseline underneath the hoop, and Coach Reeves said, you've got to go help your teammates. That's what the timeout was all about. But a big lead, though, for Hobbs by 10 with under a minute to left. So pretty good sign that the Eagles going to get that ticket punch to the district tournament championship. They just announced the score here, 45-41. Again, we had that just a second ago. The Lady Eagles defeating Carlsbad, but Hobbs was actually down by double digits earlier in the first half and came back and won that one. So they will be on the early game. It'll be a doubleheader on Saturday night here at Tasker Arena. We don't have the details yet, but more than likely a 5:30 and 7 o'clock start time. And we'll have that game both on the Eagle 100.5, that'll be the girls, and the boys on 95.7 right here. So exciting finish for both the programs in the district. Both teams will be 6-0, pinning a win here by 10 for the Eagles at this point. So looking forward to the 16 teams that make it to the state tournament this year, back up to the regular number. Only had 8 last year. 7 actually went to state because Carlsbad was in, but they had to taken themselves out due to COVID, but it was too close to the start time, so they were not able to get another team into the tournament. Can you imagine if you were the 9th seed and not getting a chance to move on? But 16 teams are back. They only have 2 games at Albuquerque, the semis and the championship. So Hobbs will get probably 2 home games with a good seed when they get in. Inbound to Moore at the timeline. He puts it across to Jalen Gore near side with 50 seconds. Gets around his defender to the right wing to Chavez. Back to box in the left wing. Drives the lane. Throws it up over his head. Back deep to the time stripe to Gore with 40 seconds. Tries to spin and gets reached in by Amos. That'll be the first on Amos and the 6th on the Cavemen. Still not a bonus situation. A Hobbs basketball on the near sideline. So that did work to Carlsbad's advantage to stop the clock. One more foul, though, and the Eagles will be shooting free throws. At least a 1-on-1. Inbounding will be Ramos, near side, back to Gore at the time stripe, and a foul quickly by Amos to stop the clock. His second, 17th foul. And he looks back at Coach Zumbern and says, that foul's going to give them free throws. Yes, it will. Jalen Gore on the line. He's 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. 8 points and 3 rebounds for Jalen on this senior night. Of course, the seniors have plenty more games here, at least 2 more for hopefully the state tournament, and 1 more for the district tournament. First free throw, good and swish for Gore. He's got 9 points, so he's working on a double-point production tonight. Of course, 29 for Ramos with 4 trays in the fourth quarter and 5 for the ball game. Second shot for Gore is a swish. He's got 10 points. So 3 in double digits for the Eagles and a 12-point lead, 68-56, 35 remaining in the game. Crossover move front court. Chavez falls down in the middle of the paint and slides across the floor, and they call the travel. That'll be the 9th turnover for Carlsbad. Now, they've kept their turnovers down in this game. They've only got 9, as I mentioned, but 14 for the Eagles. But yet Hobbs up by 12. That means when they get their turnovers, they lay it up for points. Eagles will get it back at the baseline in their backcourt. Ramos will get it in quickly to Mora. Back to Ramos with 30 seconds. Cross-court left to Gore. Gore's got a little breathing room on the dribble. Gets it hard across the timeline off the dribble. Top of the arc. Comes through the free throw line and returns back to the time stripe on the far side against Amos. Clock down to 18 as the chant is, start the bus. The keys are out for the Eagle fans. Down the lane goes Gore, double clutch out the back of the rim, no good, and Mora lays it off the right glass off the rebound. 16 for Mora and 14 rebounds with 6 seconds remaining. Eagles by 14, their biggest lead. A 3-quarter shot at the buzzer by Perez is no good off the glass, and the Hobbs Eagles win this one on the home floor, 70-56. Over Carlsbad. They are 6-0 at district, and the Cavemen will finish up at 4-2. We will take a 3-minute break and come back with the Hobbs Eagle postgame show live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube.
You're good. 2 minutes. One minute. $30. $15. $5. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to the Hobbs Eagle post-game show on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube. Ty Friend here with you at Tasker Arena. And, of course, Tiffany Stuber back at the station. Hobbs Eagles victorious tonight. They win the final district game of the season, 70-56 over Carlsbad to go to 6-0. And, of course, Carlsbad dropping to 4-2, their only losses to the Hobbs Eagles. Let's look at the scoring first for the Cavemen, who had 3 in double digits. Damian Perez finishing with 14 points. He had 2 trays, 2 for 2 on the line, and 4 rebounds. Tyan Gonzalez, the big 6'7", 240-pound post kid, 13 points. Had a total of 1 of 2 free throw shooting and just 3 rebounds. And Ismael Chavez with 12. He had a couple of trays and was 2 for 3 from the line. So those 3 getting the double digits. Perez 14, Gonzalez 13, and Chavez 12. Devin McWright finishing with 6 points with 2 rebounds. Garen Gossett had 5 points, 1 for 1 on the line with 3 rebounds. R.J. Amos added 5 with a tray and a rebound. And one more scorer, Evan Campos, hit 1 of 3 free throws for 1. He had 7 boards. A total of 7 scores for the Cavemen, 7 of 13 from the line for 53%. Only had 20 rebounds in this ball game, but 7 for Campos and 4 for Perez, and just 9 turnovers. So their problem was the turnover situation, not the turnovers, but the rebounding. They were out-rebounded 35-20 by the Eagles, and Aaron Mora pulling down 14 of those himself. So that definitely was the difference in this ballgame. They do have some big kids out there, a 6'7", and a couple of 6'5", but Hobbs cleaning up the glass a lot better and more second chance points than what we saw from Carlsbad. And their total turnovers 9, less than double digits there. Definitely taking care of the basketball. Had the Hobbs on the ropes several times in this ballgame. But the Eagles taking advantage of some big-time shooting from Jesus Ramos, finishing with 29 points. He also had a total of 5 3-pointers, 4 of those in the third quarter. So 1 point shy of 30, also 2 for 2 from the line, and 5 rebounds. That was his first game back as a starter, and he definitely lit up the crowd here at Tasker Arena tonight. Aaron Mora gets a double-double, 16 points and 14 rebounds in the ball game. He was 0 for 2 from the line. Those 2 guys combined for 45 of the Eagles' 70 points. And one more in double digits, Jalen Gore. He was 10 points, 4 for 4 from the charity stripe, had a couple of trays as well, and 3 rebounds. So Eagles taking care of business there in terms of scoring out of those 3 guys, and a total of 7 3-pointers tonight. We mentioned 5 for Ramos and a couple for Jalen Gore. Also getting some points, Contre Morgan had 4 total with 4 rebounds before going down hard on the half-court line. Hopefully he'll be back after what appeared to be a leg injury at that point. Ronnie Ross finishing with the bucket with 2 points. And Michael Mackey with 5 points. He was 3 for 4 from the charity stripe and had 6 rebounds. So definitely helping out on the boards in this ball game. Eagles going to finish with 7 scores in the contest. We mentioned they out-rebounded Carlsbad 35-20 thanks to 14 boards from Mora, 6 for Mackey, and 5 for Ramos. That is the numbers there on the glass, etc. Terms of free throws, one of the better free throw shooting nights for the Eagles. They were 9 of 12 for 75%. So definitely some good shots going on there to pad the cushion of this win. Eagles had one issue, though, was turnovers, 14. Again, just 9 for Carlsbad, but still picking up the victory, as we mentioned, by 14, 70-56. I'm going to go back to the station here for a second. Tiffany's been sending me some updates on scores. The Lovington boys, big win tonight in district over Portales. That game in Lovington, 69-55, so a 14-point victory. They'll have their district tournament next week. The Hobbs Lady Eagles, another repeat on that score, 45-41. Come from behind win for Coach Carpenter and the Lady Eagles, now 6-0 in district as they pick up the win on the road in Carlsbad. The Eunice boys all over Loving tonight, 71-26. So that's a 45-point victory for the Cardinals and a good one for them before they get ready for their district tournament. And another score in the third quarter, a close one, Tatum 26, Hagerman 22. That is boys action tonight. So Lee County teams preparing for the district tournaments coming up next week. And, of course, we mentioned the 2 teams for Hobbs will be at home. They will be Saturday night, I think at this point probably 5:30 and 7, as the Hobbs Lady Eagles will have the first game, and they'll have to wait to see who their opponent will be, more than likely Carlsbad as they move throughout the week, games before that, and then the Hobbs boys more than likely playing Carlsbad again. So we could have the same crowd showing up here at Task Arena on Saturday night. Again, final score 70-56. The Eagles improved to 24-2 overall and 6-0 in district after the big win. Carlsbad dropping to 21-5 and 4-2, nothing to sneeze at there. They're definitely going to be in the hunt in the playoffs as we move along. So pretty much plan on Saturday night next week, as we'll have both district championship games. The girls will be on our sister station, 100.5 The Eagle, and of course the Hobbs boys at 95.7 FM. Exciting night of basketball here in Lee County. I'd like to thank Tiffany Stewart back at the station, Allison and Jessica Friend on the scoreboard tonight, and we will see you next Saturday right back on your No Mark broadcasting stations with Hobbs Eagle Hoops.
Get clear.
Thanks a lot, Tip.
Drive safe.
Thanks. Bye.